The time is now. And do we have a choice? No, this is inevitable. We must act.
How do you see AI being part of this manufacturing or infrastructure industry?
In healthcare, there is a huge opportunity that somebody sitting in one remote part of the world could access data in another part of the world and potentially have a predictive solution to improve their lives.
What are the few personal experiences make you what you are today? A very important lesson that you learned in your life, personally or professionally, that you will always remember and you would like others to know about it so that they also learn from it.
Sure.
Hi Mahesh.
Hi, thank you,
Welcome
Latika. Good to see you.
Same here, Mahesh. It's our pleasure to have you here. And so, not taking a lot of time, I'll start with my questions for you. I think sustainability is in, and it's not because it is something that is a mandate from the UN or we have to do something about it. It's about how we do business.
Yeah.
And it is an integral part of our operational strategy. Otherwise, we are not going to sustain as a business, as an organization in the long run. I think carbon footprint is one of the major challenging issues of today.
Yeah.
And so how do you see organizations tackling that to help the environment go cleaner so that the businesses last longer and the quality of life of people across the globe improves?
Yeah. I think this is a global challenge and it's for real. So there are corporations who are making significant commitments at the top of the organization, but also there are good technology breakthroughs that are coming. So one would believe that given the seriousness for the future generations, the time is now. And do we have a choice? No, this is inevitable. We must act. Forget the sustainability development goals. Forget the corporation goals. If you just think of your children and their generations, a generation or two from now, we need to act. And one would say you need to accelerate the actions towards achieving net zero emissions. So that could mean capital infusion, that could mean investments, that could mean policy, that could mean technology. All of this definitely has to be accelerated to have a better Mother Nature and planet Earth.
I think that's very important. A lot of factors come into play when we talk about the sustainability and the carbon footprint. What would be one scenario that you would like to share with the audience here that one should implement very importantly today out of all these areas as a business? While policy will do its own stuff, if you can share some example for everybody to learn from.
Yeah. I think specific to your question, what should business do? What could business do today? There are 2 or 3 tiers that the business can make a positive impact. First is the products that they design, the technologies that they introduce. They have to be very mindful right from upstream that they are building the net zero emission as a critical criteria in those products. The second tier is the entire supply chain. So not only their factories, but also the sources that they use, the inputs that they use, the services that they use. That is another area where I think they need to take this to very serious implementation. Third is it's not good enough just to have a 3-year, 5-year or a 10-year horizon. Are there annual commitments and are they making specific progress towards those annual objectives? These are 2 or 3 thoughts, Latika, that can really have each business make their contribution. And with all the individual business contributions, the larger impact could be achieved.
Yeah, I think you rightly said annual is what is important. Like we have to start taking those baby steps. 5-year vision could be something that can get delayed up to 5 years, which would mean that in fact,
the time is now to act.
Time is now. Great. And so I think I'll move to technology, another important aspect of how we do business today. It has shaped since the times of COVID very differently, and the expansion is actually, I would say, robust. However, while you come from healthcare, power, energy, and a manufacturing background in most of your years of experience, how do you see technology fitting into these areas? And what is it that you see in the future lined up for technology to be a very inclusive part of these businesses?
Yeah, that is making significant progress. So the whole axis of technology, this is globally as well as it is valid for our nation in India, that is making significant progress. If you think of the newer renewable energy technologies, it could be wind turbines, it could be the solar panels, but also please be mindful, even the green hydrogen and green ammonia technologies are making very big strides. Now, do we have all the answers? No. Will we figure it out? For sure. And one has very strong confidence in the Indian entrepreneurship and the technocrats, where we would have a very cost competitive and several technology breakthroughs that we could offer not only to our nation, but they could be potentially scalable for the entire world. So this is exciting. As I mentioned, are we there yet? No. Is the energy storage cost competitive yet? No. But will we get there? For sure. That is the confidence I possess, Latika.
No, definitely. I think I resonate with you. A lot of technology advancements have happened. Healthcare is something that touches everybody.
Yeah.
Power is that touches everybody, right? And I think what will also be critical when we talk about technology is AI and automation.
Yes.
So, how do you see AI being part of this manufacturing or infrastructure industry? While it is more evident where we are using this AI and automation in other sectors more, like you can talk about IT, you can talk about the services sector. How is it impacting this manufacturing and the infrastructure sector, Mahesh?
Yeah, I think so. Different ways of application. If you think of manufacturing, there is a huge opportunity to reduce waste, eliminate waste. And the data that we have today on various shop floors could definitely help us make it more efficient, whereby you have much significantly higher value created for the shareholders. If I think of a different sector, which is the power generation sector, the renewable energy equipments that we use to generate power, that is also an area where all these equipments do offer significant data, and some of the breakthroughs that can be done with the diagnostics could be predictive and could eliminate some of the potential failures of the turbines. They can increase the uptime of these equipments. In healthcare, there is a huge opportunity that somebody sitting in one remote part of the world could access data in another part of the world and potentially have a predictive solution to improve the lives. So I think you asked different sectors. There are different applications and different approaches, but we don't even know how much we would be able to accomplish. That's the infinite potential.
Absolutely. I think without AI automation, we can't even assume how the world would look like. If I would say that it is not touching any of the industries, then I am at fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mahesh, I think this is about technology, sustainability. I mean, everybody's talking about it. But what also I would like to know from you is what are the few personal experiences make you what you are today? A very important lesson that you learned in your life, personally or professionally, that you will always remember and you would like others to know about it so that they also learn from it.
Sure. The biggest that comes to my mind is be an eternal learner. Constantly learn. Nothing can stop you to adapt. The geopolitics can change, the industrial environment can change, the industries or the challenges can change. But if you are willing and staying humble to learn new aspects, you will continuously benefit. That is my personal experience, how I have benefited. The second is, don't necessarily look for career opportunities which offer you short-term gains. There may not be short-term gains. There may not be a tangible compensation increase. There may not be an intangible title that you may get. But if you take some of those large career opportunities when the corporations need you to do, one, you will learn, you will contribute, but in the long run, gains are all going to be yours, may it be tangible or may it be intangible. So take some of those career decisions from a long-term perspective, take those risks. Most likely, many of those risks will turn into positive experiences.
Wonderful. I think it's not about money, not about career, it's about passion and learning the right way. Well said, Mahesh. One last one for you. Um, which one book and one personality you would like to recommend for the audience?
Very difficult to recommend one book. There are two or three at least I would like to express. So ever since one has been growing in the professional career, the 7 habits of highly effective people definitely stands out that one has seen. Very recently, so the second one I would definitely recommend is the Habits, where you really get into how those small habits can build into very strong, sustained systems that will make you a much better human being, much better professional, much better successful person in the long run. So sorry for two, but I think those two I would definitely recommend.
Wonderful. And who is the one person that you would like the audience to follow or know more about? A leader or anybody that comes to your mind?
I have been influenced by several business corporate leaders, to be candid. And recently, what we have seen, some of the global leaders who have transformed the industry. One name that is very high in my mind as a role modeling is the chairman of General Electric. He is the one that I have seen how much of a huge impact he has made. So Larry Culp is one quick name that comes to my mind. Of course, there are very senior corporate leaders that one follows, but this one is much closer to where I have grown.
Yeah, I think I'll note it for myself as well and for everybody. It's not just about a leader who looks like a leader today. It's about a personality that you carry as humble as you were 35 years ago, yet so much experience you've gained. And I really feel humbled again to know that you are still a learner, as you say about yourself. And I really wish you all the best for new endeavors at Trinity that you are going to lead.
Thank you, Latika, for all your wishes. I'm very grateful that you and Vinay and the CXO Works gave this opportunity. This allows us to exchange knowledge and very much appreciated.
Thank you so much, Mahesh, for coming over.
Take care.